Welcome everybody to episode 8 of The Bridge.
You sure this isn't 7.5?
No, not 7.5.
Well, we already posted it, so it's a little late for that.
It's a little late for that?
Although I'm kind of wishing there's a 7.5.
We might need an 8.5, we're not sure yet.
This one's going to be tame.
Actually...
What makes you say that?
I haven't been drinking.
You never drink.
Oh, okay.
Right, you're always on call.
It sucks.
Jack, what are you drinking? What's in your cup?
Alright, so I'm going with some NOS Energy Fuel mixed with citrus Smirnoff vodka.
My favorite part of this is he has the bottle of Smirnoff down here, and it's pretty much completely full, as if he's going to drink the whole goddamn bottle.
Well, I mean, I was drinking...
Before the end.
I was drinking Grey Goose earlier, and the thing is, I don't really drink vodka. I actually bought this for my birthday party, way back when.
Fuck my life.
Oh, did I do that?
No, I stepped on something. Shit. Ow.
It's okay.
No.
My basement is a mess.
Jake has a shitty... desk chair mat, and a piece broke off. It was sitting needle side up, right to the bottom of my foot.
Well,
alright.
A Band-Aid or a tampon.
And that teaches you to be more careful.
Yeah, in this treacherous basement of yours.
You just wear shoes.
I'm drinking Mountain Dew.
I didn't even finish.
Yeah, you did. You said what you were drinking, and then we were gonna just make fun of
Okay, fine. You're
awful
right.
it is.
You're right. It sucks.
It doesn't. I think it looks delicious. I'm jealous of both of you.
Jack's actually, we've been fighting kind of all day.
I would call it more
Every
of
time
a...
you think I'm actually mad at you, I'm never actually
I would call it more of a lover's quarrel.
Yeah,
I wish
really
they just fucking get it over with.
That would not
I'm hoping for episode 20,
ideal for me.
they'll just do it on the cast. It'll be
I'm
real
a lot of
awkward.
We'll do it live.
They'll do it live. I'll be the play-by-play. And there he goes.
And he's in balls deep.
Speaking of balls deep.
I haven't said what's in my cup.
What's in your cup?
We're going to go
Mountain
with
Dew and Grey Goose. I've been mixing everything with Mountain Dew the last couple casts. Does everybody realize this?
I like it. So, did I ever tell you about the time that I invented a drink?
Okay.
Okay, so this was probably 2 years ago when all those people were getting abducted and hostaged by the Somalian pirates. Well,
okay.
I was out on a camping trip, and my godfather's there, and we all wanted to get drunk, and he goes, "Oh man, all that I've got is this rum." And I'm like, "Wait, let me see what kind of mixers we got," because just drinking rum straight isn't usually pleasurable.
No.
And all I had was Mountain Dew. So, because it was rum, we wanted something kind of festive, so we went with the Somali Pirate, because it was both tasty and topical.
That's funny.
I have a funny aside about rum, actually.
What's that?
All right, so my friends this is a little embarrassing, but my friends used to go to...
Welcome to our podcast.
It was embarrassing even more so, because we used to go to these anime conventions,
That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not.
Did you
really.
dress up as, little creatures?
No.
You cosplay?
I cosplayed when I was in high school.
What did you cosplay
I'm not
as?
going to say.
I'll
post a picture.
You are so...
I'll post a picture.
And people can guess.
Yeah.
Pictures in the comments.
Actually,
guess what
my
Jack
cousin,
was.
when I first started Facebook, I was trying to be all professional, and my cousin posted a picture of that and tagged me. I was so mad at him. Anyway, so a couple years ago, we went to this anime convention. My friend had a bottle of Pepsi, and he's like, "Here, Jack, we have some Pepsi here. Do you want some?" I'm like, "Oh man, I'm just so parched. It was really hot outside." And I take a drink of it, and it's just straight rum.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's it. Okay, it wasn't that funny. I'm sorry.
Right.
Okay, then.
The rum and Pepsi.
So, back to the aside about balls deep. In our last episode, we came up with the idea to figure out who has the biggest balls. And we thought that, a courage competition might work, but then that seemed very hard to quantify. So we talked about with exact measurement, you can fill up equal-sized glasses of water, or glasses filled with water, and then dip your balls in it. And whoever has the most water spill out through the displacement eureka theory will be able to tell who's got the biggest balls.
Yeah!
So that's going to happen live shortly.
We're going to do water displacement ball dunking live. And so this episode is kind of an episode about the games that gamers play that aren't the games that we gather about. Well, here's the thing. We wanted to talk about the game that we were just playing. And that game was, you name a casting cost. So the first one we did was one, a green, and a red. And you go around and everybody has to name a card of that casting cost until no more cards can be named. One, a green, and a red went for 3 rounds. We got 2 or 3 cards each.
Yeah. It's a good game for travel, I think, is the best time for it.
It's a great game in a car. So let's do it.
We're going to package this game and sell it to people. That way there's just cards, and then you just flip a card up. That way we can just get shit commons and get rid of them somehow and hopefully make a profit.
That's actually kind of genius.
I think I'm going to try and sell them on
really
legitmtg.com. Because the game is very legit.
The game is legit. This idea is not.
Speaking of which, shout-outs to Jonathan Medina for making top 4.
Top 4 of the Star City.
I am proud. I didn't even know he knew how to play Magic, and then he goes to top 4.
Yeah, he really plays Magic, but he doesn't.
He was already my hero, and now he's even more of my hero, because I am yet to crack the top 8 of one of those things.
To be fair, this is the first time he's played a actual deck. Like, his deck was very similar, like, within 70 cards of a real deck that...
No, he usually like last time.
Are you kidding me?
In Star City Cincinnati, he played a list very similar to Jerry T, the blue-red twin deck.
Oh yeah, that's true. He did.
Oh, that's just because that was blue-red. He just has a
raging
bone. I think that what I'm gonna do though is figure out how much time it took Jonathan Medina to win that money with all those rounds, and then be like, if you were trading, you would have made 8 times that in an iPod, maybe a car, and maybe a new shirt.
Well,
who knows?
He knows that, and in fact, he would have made more. But he likes playing Magic.
Just for the love of the game.
Yeah, people tend to play Magic the Gathering because they enjoy it.
Usually.
Speaking of doing Magic as something you enjoy, a lot of people I know are kind of moving it towards a career. Not that I know Jerry T personally, but I heard at Star City Indy that he was going to work for Star City Games. That was the rumor on the street. I know several people that are starting small businesses and hoping to make Magic a career, and they make certain sacrifices to be in these jobs. So my question is, what's the craziest thing you guys have ever done to acquire or keep a job? I have a good story after you guys answer this question, which is why I brought this topic up. I just want to
we don't actually...
Basically what we do is we think of the funniest sides that we want to tell, and then
figure out how to get there
really hard to get there
it's
and
like
make it related to Magic.
6 degrees of how can we make this related to Magic and still talk about what we want to talk about.
Yeah, exactly. Basically every job I've ever applied to, I applied, and they were like, "Oh man, this guy kicks ass. We're gonna hire him." So really haven't done anything crazy. To leave a job though, I have a funny.
Oh yeah.
Kind of funny.
Let's do this.
So once I first started my graduate school up at Ohio State, I started like failing and not doing well for the first half of the quarter. And I was working this job, and like I had like a 19-20 hour credit level. So like I'm doing tons of classes, and I decided that I'm going to try and work 30 hours a week at the same time, because if it worked for undergrad, why won't it work for grad school, right? So I go in, like after I fail the first test really bad, I'm like, well, I need a way out of this job. And rather than just being like, I quit, because at the time I was 20, a lot less mature than I am now, and rather than just being like,
that's implying
I'm
that
quitting.
You're mature now.
Shush you.
Go on.
I walked in and I pretended like I was having a panic attack and couldn't handle the job because of the stress it was putting on school. And they told me I could take a month off, and then I just never called them back.
Wow, that's pretty skeevy.
Yeah, well.
What were you doing?
I was working at a fish store, selling exotic saltwater fish and freshwater fish.
So you really made them believe that selling exotic fish was stressful?
No, the school was stressful, and the amount of time I was spending there was just not conducive to me doing well in school.
That's not
achieving
a good story
my goals.
at all.
Well, I might have actually.
Well, you asked a very narrow question.
Yeah,
like,
I might have
what do you
forced
expect?
myself to cry.
That is funny.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Right.
That's pretty good, given the parameters of your question.
Jack, any
Just
funny...
because you want to talk about your fucking story.
Whoa!
All right, here I'm gonna. All right.
Just because I've lived a life and I have funny stories, you're
All right.
a little jealous.
I'm really
Calm down.
jealous of
All
about
right.
90% of your stories.
Really?
I wouldn't be jealous.
No, because
you don't want to live.
Some
them.
of them you got ass raped. In the threesome, did he get you too, or did you
No,
only get him?
No, he didn't.
No, he
say
got
that.
me too.
Oh, did he? You didn't mention that.
Okay, hold on. Now I'm confused. I have to ask a question. While he was getting you, what was she doing?
Sucking my dick.
Oh, okay.
It was odd. It was very legit.
This is what I'd quote as #legit.
We should make Taylor
Hashtags are for the next episode, because we have guests coming on from another podcast, and one of them is obsessed with hashtags.
Both of them are, actually.
Is Cran obsessed with hashtags?
Yeah, he does a lot of weird hashtags.
Oh, that's fine. I know Ruben Bresler's
he
hashtags
hashtagged me.
are just all
Yeah.
the
Have you heard back from him yet?
Yeah, he's in. I mean,
Okay.
they're in. We just have to set up a time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, this is gonna be exciting.
It's gonna be awesome. I figure we'll just go to the site that night, Saturday night, or I will. You'll already be there, and then we'll just figure out where we're gonna go afterwards.
Yeah, we can do it at the hotel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I'll bring my laptop.
Or whatever.
Okay.
Anyways, we can figure it out later.
Yeah, we don't need to figure it out on the podcast.
I think it's interesting to talk
Shout outs to
like
K-Stube.
It's not.
It's not professional.
I'm going to tell my story.
All right, your story.
All right, so I don't have an interesting one.
Okay.
But...
Hold on. The reason he doesn't have an interesting one is because after he graduated, it took him about 5 years to get a real job in his field.
Well, also, I didn't have to hold it. Like, I was very fortunate that I didn't have to hold a job during school most of the time. But every summer I held a job. Like, I started working at UDF, and that's not that interesting. But after that, let's say freshman year of college, to preface this, my dad's a surgeon, and so at the hospital he works at, they had this program where, like, over the summer they would do the surgeons a favor and, like, hire their sons to basically be janitors for the operating rooms. Like, they'd clean up the blood, carry amputated legs around, that sort of shit. So it sounds like kind of a big deal, but if you consider, like, how little cleanup there is to how much time surgery takes, we were doing nothing at least 90% of the time. So I would work with these other kids in, like, the operating room, and they'd call us every now and then to work, but the rest of the time we were just walking around doing nothing. And so I would, like, go out to my car, take a half an hour nap. I would come in, I'd, like, use the shitter, watch some Bleach on my iPhone, or not my iPhone, my iPod. And every now and then I'd walk back there, and, like, someone would say, like, hey, where have you been? I'm like, oh, I was just, at an OR or whatever. And, like, they never really questioned it. So after a couple years of that, like, I mean, yeah.
What did that pay?
Huh?
What did that pay? Like $8 an hour?
Yeah, it was like $11, $13 an hour.
Fuck my life.
I got an actual kind of a funny story that when I worked at the pet store before that pet store, like, people would leave weird shit in the store from time to time. So at one point in time, there was a box sitting on top of dog food, and we opened the box, and a cat popped out.
They would just leave.
Yeah, leave
animals.
The worst was one morning I come in, and I'm the one opening, so I have to get to work about half an hour early. And I swear this had to be one of my coworkers that left this. So I show up half an hour before you open. I'm dipping dead fish out of the tank, like, cleaning cages, whatever. And in the very middle of the floor, and this floor is, like, concrete with the really thin carpet that, like, doesn't really cushion anything.
Yeah,
like outdoor carpet. Yeah. And there's a fucking used condom right there in the middle.
Who wants to bang around in a pet store?
Right. Well, it has to be a coworker because I closed the night before. So there was only a couple people that had keys. And I knew one of them was working with me, so I waited until she got there at 10. And I was like, hey, Andrea, you left something here. You need to get it. And the best part was she got a stick and then got it. So my guess, she didn't even deny that it was hers. But, like, why would you do that in the middle of the floor? She's okay. I mean, at the time she was like 15, which made it really awkward.
Hot.
She had keys to a pet store?
Yeah.
At 15?
Yeah, the boss gave just about everybody a key.
I would not give a 15-year-old key to anything. Jack would give him a key to his heart.
That's right.
I was just thinking it'd be a key
we're on the
to
same
his
wavelength
jeans.
there.
Alright, so here's my funny story about something I did to gain standing at a job. After I graduated hair school, I went and worked in Las Vegas. And to give you an idea of how prized this job was, 100 people apply for this job every year. They take about 4. So I get selected. I'm doing this job, and I'm cleaning up what's called the color bar one day.
Is that where... never mind. I was going to say something off-color.
Off-color? Anyway,
Actually, it was going to be racist.
One of my bosses was doing a color while I'm cleaning up, and her client was a piercing apprentice. And so her client, she's like, how's your apprenticeship going, et cetera, et cetera? And she goes, it's great. I only have one more to do till I'm, good to go on my own.
I know where the story's going.
And it's a Prince Albert. For those of you that don't know what a Prince Albert is,
I'm so right.
It's a piercing that goes through the urethra of the penis and out the bottom. And so, my boss looks at me and she goes, Taylor seems crazy enough to do something like that.
Turns out she was right.
And this girl's cute, and I'm like, well, this girl's gonna play with my dinghy for 10 minutes? Alright, fair enough. And so,
did you get hard when she did it?
I'll get there.
Okay, I'm just jumping the gun here. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm just so excited.
I'm hoping that Taylor doesn't jump the gun. It's gonna be messy.
Jack wants to know everything about my hard penis, don't you?
All the time, yeah. Just the full details. Bring them on.
So, So the girl looks at me and she's like, "So would you do that for me? Would you come in and let me pierce you?" And I'm like my boss is looking at me like, "You better do this because." And so I'm like,
"I'm gonna hire you if you do it."
Well, no, like I'm already hired, but like I'm kind of a punk ass, so I was a little bit on the shit list at the time.
Okay.
And so like I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And so she's like, "All right, awesome." And so like I put it off until like a week before this girl was gonna come back into the salon because I didn't want to like have her be like, "Well, you didn't show up, the fucker." So I go in, and in Vegas, the piercing salons are like in the middle of like real malls, like actual malls. And so I go in, it's like crowded, and there's like people around, and like the girl sees me, and she's like, "All right, I'll be with you in a minute." And I had been drinking that day because I really didn't want to get a needle shoved through the tip of my penis.
God, now he's gonna have to pee while she's holding his dick.
No, anyway, I'm pretty sauced. Like I'm still coherent. Like I made it a clear choice on my own free will. It's not like she coerced a drunk person. It's not like I was raped.
Yeah.
Anyway, she's like, "All right." So she brings me back, and like I'm like, shit. Like, all right. First of all, never circumcise your sons because it's just bad to do. I was circumcised and it wasn't done correctly, so like my penis is a little non-traditional looking.
Hold on. I think that if you have someone appropriately circumcised, it is completely appropriate.
I disagree very strongly.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this topic, Jack? Are you circumcised? I'm circumcised.
I didn't. Well, here's the thing. I didn't know until a year ago.
That you were circumcised?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure.
Because
I got this.
How did you not know you were circumcised?
Because they don't discuss that with you when it happens, and like, well, yeah.
I mean, you're a baby.
Yeah.
You never,
and then like no one ever talked to me about it. So like my friends were talking about
Wait a
it, like,
minute, your dad is a surgeon and he never talked to you about circumcision.
no, why would you talk about that? Like, what's the point? How's he gonna walk in my room like, "Son, let's talk about circumcision"?
Yes.
Okay, we didn't do that.
He didn't show you like the dried skin of where they kept it in your baby book?
No.
Oh, your parents kept you.
No.
Your foreskin.
No, it was from a movie. I think it was one of the Meet the Focker movies.
I think it was actually.
God,
yeah.
that's raunchy.
But no, so I didn't know, and then they're like, "Does your penis do this when you pull up?" I'm like, "Yeah, it does that. I'm circumcised." So that's when I found out.
And what was the context in which somebody was?
Because I have a friend who wasn't circumcised, and a bunch of friends that were, and they're like, his dick is really small because he wasn't circumcised, and they had this big discussion about it, and I wasn't really participating because I don't know anything about it.
I
And
wonder
so
if it
they said,
affects ball size.
"Hey Jack, are you circumcised?" I'm like, "Well, now that you mention it, I'm not really sure." So like, if you grab your dick and pull up.
Okay, if you're unsure, first ask yourself, am I Jewish? If you're Jewish, it probably happened later in life.
Really?
I think so.
They do it
No,
later.
they do it as a baby.
They do it as a baby? I thought that they did it when they were older. I thought it was part of like one of their maturation things.
The bris is... If you convert to Judaism, certain sects make you do a ritual circumcision where they, even if you don't have a foreskin, they nick the tip of your penis.
Whoa! Whoa, that is not cool.
Yeah, I heard about that and I was like, that is fucked the hell up.
Well, I'm sorry to Jews if I offended you. I thought that this happened later in life, so I would just say look at your penis, and if it looks like there's skin over the tip...
Well, no, you'll have a scar, too.
Oh,
if
really?
you pull the skin down on your penis and you have a brownish ring, it's your circumcision scar.
Where?
Jake is actually pulling out his dick right now.
No, he's not.
Are you? Did you really just look at your cock?
Yeah.
Do you have a scar?
Yeah.
I couldn't see. It's too dark in there.
Maybe
I'm not going to whip it out in front of you
my
guys.
penis is a little dark.
I'm
kind of worried about how dark my penis is.
You got a black man penis?
My penis looks like it's Dominican. My penis hit 40 home runs last season.
Apparently it can swim well.
That's a racist aside from the cast.
All right.
At least one of them.
It's not really racist because it's a stereotype.
It's a positive.
A lot of times it's true. Yeah, it's not like I'm like, oh, these people.
Your penis doesn't have a job.
Right. You're stealing jobs from Americans who, want jobs who are citizens.
I mean, if there's one thing we know about Taylor's penis, it's not stealing jobs from other men's penises.
It
does often wait outside Home Depot for some action, though.
If my penis were another race, I'd have committed a lot of hate crimes.
Man, we can come up with a lot of Dominican Taylor penis jokes, can't we? Those are not scripted whatsoever.
Alright, so anyway, I go in and like I'm thinking I'm gonna get a little hard because like this cute girl's gonna like grab my cock, right?
Yeah. My guess is you're too nervous. You're not gonna get hard.
No, my guess is he jerked off beforehand.
That too.
Did you?
Yeah.
How soon?
Shit. It was before I left the house. It takes me like 20 minutes to get to the mall.
Okay,
so
like
half an hour.
I was at the mall for like an hour.
Relatively recently. Yeah.
It's like an hour and a half. Anyway, I go in and I lay down, and she doesn't undo my pants. She puts like a surgical draping over my crotch with the hole in the middle. I'm not kidding. This is
good. I thought it was gonna start with I sat in a chair, and then she kneeled down in front of me and unzipped my pants.
I wish, like, if it would have been a little more erotic, she probably would have had a little more meat to work with.
Well, I think they don't want it to be erotic is the point. You have to make it as the least erotic possible.
Did she wear gloves?
Yes.
Oh, that's gross.
And there was a dude watching.
Oh.
Which just seems like another time in my life. So
which, yeah, for you, it's like, all right, bring him on.
How many you got? Anyway, so she unzips my pants through this hole in a surgical draping, and like your dad's a surgeon and you're a doctor, so you like you guys both know what these look like. If you don't have like a concept of what a surgical draping looks like, it's like a piece of paper, and it was big. It was probably like 2 feet by 2 feet, and it just had a hole cut in the middle. And so the hole goes over where they're working, and I guess the draping is just to keep debris and shit from going into that area. Is that basically the idea?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so she undoes my pants through the hole in the surgical draping, and it has to like, I wear briefs. I thought I was gonna like.
You wear briefs?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have huge balls, and so I like to keep them away from my thighs. So if I wear boxer briefs, my nutsack sticks to my thighs.
Yeah. See, if I wear boxers, but like I kind of flop from side to side.
Yeah, I can't handle that. Like
I'm okay with it.
I'm so fucking sore by the end of the day. Like I'm up walking around a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I know your job's kind of physical, but like I just
you
feel
gotta
like my
train
nuts
your
are
balls
bruised.
then.
What are you a boxers or a briefs man?
I'm a boxer guy all the way.
Yeah. I mean, I
sit
I
down
don't like
most of the
feeling
day.
contained. You know, I like to be free.
I like my underwear to be like my women. A little bit of support, a little bit of freedom.
Okay.
That's a good, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's who told that joke?
Mostly white and a little bit brown.
Oh yeah. I think that's a Jeff Foxworthy joke.
Oh,
what
that
is?
sucks. I hate Jeff Foxworthy for the
All right.
record.
Anyway, she has to like. I thought I was gonna drop trowel. If I would have known like the procedure, I would have worn appropriate underwear to like make it easier for her to get in. But like, if you ever tried to like.
Yeah, it's always best to have good access to the parts.
Yeah, especially if you're gonna shove a needle through something.
Yeah.
If you ever try to like not take your pants down, but like pull your cock out of some briefs, there's not a lot of like room to do it. But so like keep your pants up around your ass.
Yeah, I could.
But
do
then
it right
try
now.
and pull your dick out. No, but like if you're wearing briefs, it doesn't work.
Oh, okay. I haven't worn briefs since I was like 6, so I don't remember.
Fair enough. Anyway, and so like I didn't feel like she could really like get a hold of everything, and there's
just
a
like
guy
a slippery
watching.
deal.
Anyway, she does it, and like it's not like the needle going through. They put like I don't know what you call it. In the piercing world, it's called a receiving tube, but what it is a hollow tube that's cut on a bias, so that they put it into the urethra, so that they can put the needle from the outside in, and the receiving tube will catch the needle. And so you're getting your urethra stretched by this receiving tube, and that hurts way more than the needle.
This sounds like the most awful story I've heard in my entire life.
It's pretty uncomfortable.
It sounds like you're being sounded.
Yeah, it was being sounded is exactly what it was.
Wait, I don't know what that means.
It means something is shoved up your pee hole.
Well, that's
It's
exactly
the
what's
technical term.
happening.
Urethra.
Right. I prefer the term pee hole.
I've been trying to keep it, technical.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to ruin that.
I've got a.
This is a very mature cast here. We have to keep it all scientific.
I've got a receiving tube in my pee hole, and
It sounds so dirty.
and then
Like that's where I'm gonna shove my receiving tube.
and then a needle is getting shoved through basically the face of the Vader mask on my penis. And so now my penis is pierced.
Where is it pierced? Is it pierced like towards the tip, towards the base,
No,
in the middle?
it's on the tip.
Okay.
And like
Just the
just
tip.
under. Are you familiar with penile anatomy?
Yeah, I have one.
The frenulum,
Okay.
the underside there, it's right through one side of that because you have a vein that runs
Yeah.
up in the center. and so they shoot one side right into the urethra. I don't have a ring in right now, but I'd show you if you wanted to see.
No, I think I'll pass.
I'll pass as
but
well.
I appreciate the offer.
Anyway,
I figure when Jack sleeps with you in a couple months, then he'll be able to tell me all about
Listen,
it.
I'm not tapping. No.
It's okay.
It'll be all right.
Whenever you're comfortable.
Don't worry, it'll be all right.
Anyway, and so like the only benefit to this that I ever got out of it was after you got a hole in your cock, it really hurts to pee unless you're on like drinking a ton of water. Like if you
that extra.
If you have any kind of acid, if you drink liquor, like I went out and got boozed up like a week and a half later because it was my birthday. Oh my god! It was
Happy birthday!
It was like pissing fire for like 3 days.
So why'd you leave it in?
What?
Why'd you leave it in?
Yeah, I mean you still have it.
I can still put a ring through.
Does it heal at all?
No. Here's my whole problem. Now I have a hole in my cock. And, like, if I'm not careful, like, I have to, like, plug it when I go to take a leak. Or else it'll fucking drip.
It's like an ocarina or something. Yeah. You have to hold a hole or else it doesn't work.
Yeah, it's like...
You should probably pee sitting down. I mean, you'll look like a bitch, but whatever.
If I'm at a girl's house, like, if I go to a girl's apartment and she's the only person that lives there, I will pee sitting. Just out of respect. Like, I don't want a chance. But here, man, I pee all over your bathroom, just so you know.
Fuck my life.
Just fire
That's why
hoses
everything
it.
always smells like piss in my house.
No, it's not as bad as the Illuminati's bathroom. You ever notice that thing smells like stale piss? It's awful.
Thanks, John Helt.
No, my whole problem now...
Take care of that shit.
My whole problem now is that I've got this hole in my dick and nothing will plug it up. I've seen like 5 or 6 different piercers and they're like, yeah, even if you put jewelry back in it, all it's going to do is stretch that hole more. And so then I'll have a bigger hole in my dick.
One thing that you don't want is you don't want the hole stretched.
I concur. Anyway, so that was something I did to retain a job that I really liked.
So, here's my question. If we could load you up with fluid, could you pee and swing it around and do like a sprinkler type thing?
Definitely.
It'd be the fire hose.
Yeah.
Definitely not close.
Yeah, it'd be like the champagne.
Now...
Alright, is that water warm yet?
It's probably close to room temperature. Is now the time that we're going to do the ball dunking?
Did we made a side bet, right?
No, we didn't.
No, because we already discussed that this is already unfair.
Why is it unfair?
This is why it's unfair.
All right,
but I don't even care.
You go through the reasons.
2 of the 3 of us.
Well, if we're gonna do this, you know,
I think. Okay, here's the deal. 2 of the 3 of us groom ourselves down there significantly, and 1 of the 3 of us doesn't.
I'm not gonna say significantly. I'm not also gonna say.
And the thing is that the person, i.e. Taylor, who doesn't, is going to soak up this water like a sponge.
Yeah.
No, here's the thing. I use head shampoo and conditioner on my genitals.
Uh-huh.
So the hair down there is well moisturized. It's very silky and beautiful.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Well,
I guess we'll just do it then. We'll just do it live. Are we going to do it with water or vodka?
I'm not dipping my balls in vodka. That's a waste
of time. Now that I know you got a hole in your dick, I was kind of hoping you would.
Well, the dick isn't going in.
Yeah,
I know the dick is not. Yeah.
The rule is the cup goes onto your balls until the dick rests on the lip. Rest limply on the lip.
Okay.
Of the cup. You want to go first, Jake?
Yeah, I'll go first.
All right. So, since we're doing this the non-gay way, we're that's fine. You're gonna displace that anyway.
How's this gonna work? Because you're gonna spill some of that as you go out, anyways, right?
No, it doesn't have to be filled up 100% because you're going to displace at least that much.
Oh, yeah, I would hope so.
I hope. Maybe not. There you go. Just take a comfortable amount.
Yeah, that's a comfortable amount, I would say. I would classify that as comfortable.
All right, and so J-Cal has like an outside exit to his house, like in the basement. And so what's going on is he's going to go outside, he's going to drop trowel, and I'm going to laugh really hard because I think what's going to happen is water's going to go all over his pants and shit because there's no way he can get like the pants all the way down.
Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't going to work.
Wait, why?
I'm going to do it in the drain over here.
All right, so.
See, I was thinking that like just a neighbor would walk up because we're doing this outside, or.
Yeah.
And I'm not really comfortable showing my balls to neighbors.
Jack went to a wedding last night with a Boomba. And
that's not relevant information.
Anyway, we couldn't do the podcast on Saturday night.
Right.
So it's Sunday afternoon right now. You got to imagine this happened about 2:30 in suburbia Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
That we're dunking our balls and drinking like this
that's
degenerate. What?
Jake Al is laughing maniacally.
Jake Al's laughing.
I'm curious why.
We're listening to Jake Al laugh hysterically from the other room. What?
My pants are so...
You got it.
It's just as I predicted. His pants are soaking wet. His crotch, it looks like he pissed himself.
Jeez.
Now I have to sit for the rest of the podcast. I mean, look how wet this shit is.
Oh my god.
Do you want to take a picture of this and put this on the podcast or on the website?
Oh yeah, I'll totally do that.
Take it with your phone.
Oh god. I'm losing it. Jack, you're next.
Alright, so I just what drain are you talking about, first of all?
Just go in the snake room back there. Are you going to take a picture of this?
I'm getting it out right now. Calm down.
Yeah.
Oh god.
So that's your cup of water?
Yeah, I work out. What of you? I displaced a lot less than I thought I would. Apparently my balls are not very large.
To be fair, you're not like the biggest man. Like you're only what, like 5'5"?
Yeah. God, that is so wet.
you're not like big of stature. You're not like a big 5'5". You're a pretty average size 5'5". Oh my god.
My pants are so wet.
I know, it's hilarious. At least you have like a replacement. I think I'm gonna just
take them all off.
I'm gonna disclose myself the whole way.
Even your shirt? Just for sport?
Yeah, just for sport. I'll come back in here buck ass naked. I predicted this happening.
Oh no.
You leave and I told Jack, I go, here's what's gonna happen. He's gonna get his pants fucking soaking wet doing this. And then I heard you scream. I was just like, it happened.
Yeah, well, we need to figure out how to post the pictures. It's not perverse, so we don't have to put a...
No, like you're covered.
Yeah, I'm fully covered.
It just looks like you pissed yourself.
I mean, I might have.
Where's your cup? Is it the one on the corner there?
Yeah, here's my cup. It's not as much displaced as I would have hoped.
Alright, so what we used here was kind of like it's a coffee cup or like a tea cup. It looks like it's from a tea service that you could get at like Goodwill.
Probably. I mean, I think that somebody gave me this set, so...
Oh, it was like a housewarming thing? Did you throw a housewarming party when you bought your house?
Nope.
Do you think parties for things like that, like
I think it's bullshit,
shower?
because it's like, congratulations, I can buy a house. You can't. Fuck off.
I mean, at our
Give
age,
me some
guess.
free stuff.
Yeah. Jack executed... Did you just dump some out?
No. I actually took my pants off and my underwear. So
Let's see how this goes. Oh, I'm gonna need to get the gram scale.
the grand scale for that one.
Oh no, you guys are both screwed. I'm gonna crush you. Here I go.
Jack, can you handle the podcast for a second? I'm gonna get a gram scale here so that we can weigh.
I'll solo it.
Can you explain to our listeners what a gram scale is? It's just a scale that measures to the nearest gram.
I mean, I'm sure they know that, given our
Talk about
audience.
something, Jack. Good luck.
All right, so I would just like to say that this is one of those times in my life where, you start doing something and then you picture yourself. You look at it kind of from the outside, what an outsider's perspective would be, because, I just went into this other room. It's in Jake Al's dark basement, and there's like a window pointing outside, but there's nobody there. And so I take my pants off, take off my underwear, and just dip my balls in this cup of water. And it's a lot like the ferret story, where I'm looking at myself from the outside, drowning a ferret in a sink, and I'm like, you know what? At what point in my life did I go wrong here? I have a good job, I had a good education, a good upbringing, and here I am drowning a ferret. It's kind of like that, except now I was dipping my balls in some water. So it's not the proudest moment of my life, I'm going to say. I think I got Jake out here, to be perfectly honest. I'm not too sure. But I was, just for the record, I was thoroughly against doing this because, again, I think I'd really regret this, and I don't want somebody that I know to listen to this podcast. Even though I've said a lot of bad things, I don't really want them knowing that I actively participated in a ball dipping contest with two other males. But that's just my opinion. Anyways, so I guess while there's what?
I crushed you guys both.
Whatever.
I don't think you understand how big my balls are.
I really don't. That's what you want to do, is you have unnaturally or abnormally large balls.
I do have abnormally large balls.
Oh, that is not realistic.
You want to go watch me do it?
Alright, you got me. I'm going to let Taylor have this one because I'd rather not watch him dip his balls in water.
Hold on, let me see how much water is left in
It's
yours.
a lot less than what we have.
I don't believe it.
Do you want to watch me do it? I'll redo it in front of you.
Yeah, see, that's how he gets you.
Here's the
Do I do this for the love of the game?
Here's the thing. You can stand behind me.
Oh, I can see the bulge from here.
I have huge balls.
Why are your balls so big?
I don't know.
Do you have testicular cancer?
I don't know. No.
Remember that time we found out Taylor had testicular cancer on the podcast and it was really sad? Well, we're going to still do weights here. So we can figure out statistically
Alright, so
the
I don't
difference
know.
in our ball sizes.
I don't know if I was close enough to the microphone, but I crushed you guys. Yes?
Taylor's with water, Taylor's cup weighs 308.8 grams.
308.
You have to drink this now.
Not happening.
Say the loser has to drink all the water.
No, this is not fucking
That would have been
cookie.
the best one. Mine weighed 388, so Taylor's balls displace 80 grams of water, more than mine.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. Now, Jack Grannon's
Probably not there.
it's 397, so my balls weigh approximately displace 10 grams more water than Jack's do.
So Jack, the biggest guy of all of us, is the tiniest
I'm not the
balls.
I'm the smallest guy out of all of us.
How tall are you?
I'm not talking about. I'm talking like weight.
Whatever. You're incorrect. You're the tallest one out of all of us.
I'm the tallest. Yeah, I'm 6'1". Doesn't mean anything about
Just
ball
because
size.
we're fat doesn't make us.
Yeah, well, you
I'm
don't
very
shave your balls.
impressed by your
so.
ball size.
Mine?
Yeah, no wonder you want to do this. You just.
I know.
Yeah,
I have
you just want
amazing
brags.
balls. Yeah, I have amazing huge balls.
You're like, what can I be good at? Well, I haven't figured it out in the first 7 episodes. I'm gonna pick ball size.
Ball size is my gift to the world.
So, I don't want to switch topics too quickly, but
I
I'd like.
do.
That's
Please,
fine.
let's do that. Let's switch topics.
I have a topic. It's going to be of interest more so to the good people of Cincinnati. But there's a gentleman who was kind of instrumental in us developing this podcast. See, Taylor and I and Jack were at Skyline with our good friend Bernie Wen, who looks a lot like Snapcaster Mage if you're trying to get a good mental image. Looks a little bit like Mike Flores, kind of like Lucy Liu, mostly like Snapcaster Mage.
And Jackie Chan.
And Jackie Chan.
Jet Li.
Yeah.
And a billion other people.
He has a haircut kind of like Mo from the Three Stooges.
Oh God, he does.
Does he?
No.
Yes.
So anyway,
Yeah.
for a period about 6 months ago, Bernie Wen disappeared.
About 3-4 days.
For several days. No one heard from him. He didn't respond to phone calls and texts. And his mother started showing up at card shops.
She
Asking
didn't
where...
show up.
Yes, she is. She showed up at Illuminati.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Looking for
Okay,
him,
I didn't
and
know
then got on the horn to call people to figure out where Bernie was. So we said, well, Bernie, if we start this podcast, will you come clean if we last a whole year and tell us where you were at? And he says yes, which I'm sure he thought would never happen. And at this rate, it probably still won't, but it might.
No, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'm pretty committed.
Yeah.
So anyway, Bernie Wen disappears recently again. And the reason I want to talk about this is, like, this is just fucked up, weird people, and I love fucked up, weird people stories.
Agreed.
So, Mark Larson calls me, tells me that she's calling him and texting him, and he shows me the text. And the text is like, where are you seeing Bernie Wen last? You know, just like the most broken English, and it's great. But Bernie shows up again at F&M. We ask him where he's at. He just kind of shrugs his shoulders, which we're pretty sure he just was on a gambling binge or like banging hookers or something fun. And Taylor Gunn picks up the phone and goes, hey, Mrs. Wen, yeah, we found him. And he got really, really salty about it. So this is going out to Bernie Wen. I want to know where you're at, and now you have 2 stories to tell us.
Well, I don't think he agreed to that.
Maybe.
For the record.
Also, Bernie Wen's kind of unstable, and one time he tried to start a fight with me.
Sure did.
I was kind of nervous because I was worried he might have ninja stars, but luckily he didn't. Jack's supposed to have our last topic, and then he just left.
Yeah, I'm really listen. Like, this is kind of a in-betweener podcast because there's no last week we had action because of the Star City event in Indy, and this week we don't have anything. Next week is States, and
I'm really excited for States.
Really excited for States.
What are you playing at States? Oh, you're not going to be playing.
I'm playing doing hair.
Yeah. I think I'm going to be playing Naya Birthing Pod. Because it's kind of a sweet little number.
No, that deck looks fun.
Yeah, you get a lot of different options. You get to blow up that wolf land that guy played today at the SEG Open.
Wolf Run.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a little bit soft to Prime Titan, but we'll see if we can get there.
All right.
What are you playing at States, Jack?
States, I don't know. Probably some blue-white control, blue-black control.
How about we have you play a fun deck?
That is a fun deck.
No, I'm a fan of any deck playing 4 Phantasmal Image, 4 Sun Titan.
Yeah, like that's what I would do.
So,
I want to think twice, and I want to think twice again.
Okay.
And then I want to make a bunch of
Wait a minute.
6/6s.
So is that thinking 4 times or just twice?
No, that would be 4C.
Well, you're thinking, and then you're thinking twice when you flash it back.
Right, I get it, but you said I want to think
Shut
twice,
the
then
fuck
I think
up.
twice again. So you want to
Shut the fuck up. So, on that note, you should, here's what I'm thinking. You need to run one Hex Parasite
Yeah.
as like a Phantasmal Image killer. Pay 2 life, kill target Phantasmal Image.
Man.
Because when I was running the Birthing Pod list, I was running a Bant Pod at Star City Indy, and I just got blown out because this guy goes like Forbidden Alchemy, and they pitch a bunch of Phantasmal Images, and then like slams Sun Titan, gets a bunch of 6/6s, and I couldn't deal with it. So if I had like a token, like a Golem token from whatever, then you Birthing Pod into him, and it would just be sick. But
yeah, you heard it here first. The new technology in the pod decks is going to be Master Splicer. Me and Mark Larson have developed that technology.
Yeah.
It's probably the best one of that I've played in the Naya Birthing Pod deck since F&M last week.
Oh, that's a long.
So in other words, it's not very good.
I mean, it makes a golem that's a 4/4, and then it attacks with your other golem from your Blade Splicer for 4.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's about it. That's
so
about all it
you
does.
combo out by attacking for 4.
Yeah, it's basically a combo deck.
Let's talk about the thing we're really excited about. It's our
States?
crossover podcast.
Oh.
We're having guests from another podcast come on, and they're going to be awesome. It's going to be the first time we've done this because JR wasn't actually on a podcast anymore when he came on our episode. But
is he still doing that second episode?
He still owes us an episode.
Yeah, he still owes us an episode.
I think
But he won the bet, so it's not like he really owes us.
I don't think he wants to be associated. I think that we're probably a little bit too off color.
Yeah, I think we crossed the line for a lot of people to come on, but we've got 2 brave souls.
Not only are we good at crossing the bridge, we're good at burning the bridge. Like that one?
We burn it after we're over,
yeah.
right?
We cross the bridge and then we burn it.
Yeah, then they're stuck with us, right?
Of course, spilling on yourself per usual.
It wouldn't be an episode without it.
I've got some great stories that I want to share about Cranstuber. I love that man.
I have a great story about that man as well. I've known him a long time.
See, I feel like I don't. I wish I knew him better.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
It's tough. I mean, I got lucky. I've been really lucky in my Magic career to know a lot of awesome people.
Yeah.
So
like us.
You're much better at networking than I am. I usually only meet the kind of average people, and then the awesome people evade me.
Like who?
I don't know. I was just trying to troll both of you guys, and it didn't work out.
I don't get it.
I just try and
we're
be I'm not very good at Magic, so it makes me feel good when people want me around because it just means that they think I'm awesome as a human being.
Yeah, I'd rather prefer that. Like, you can have Barnes for F&M.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
had
being
Barnes.
a Bertoncini where you're awesome at Magic, but people hate when you open your mouth. That doesn't interest me.
I've only interacted with him a couple times, but he seems like a nice guy.
I've interacted with him a couple times, and he's just weird and awkward, and there's just several Magic players that are very, very talented magicians.
Here's
but
the problem.
They're just the worst humans to interact with.
You just qualified for the next Pro Tour, okay?
Okay.
A 9/11 style tragedy happens the day before, and you're forced to drive to the Pro Tour, and there's only one car to rent. You have to choose to either drive with Bertoncini or AJ Soccer. Who do you pick, and why?
Probably Bertoncini, because he probably has more completely asinine stories.
Yeah, I think I would pick Bertoncini too because AJ Soccer just seems like the biggest douchebag I've ever met.
That and Bertoncini's a little hyperactive, so I feel like I can get him to do a lot of the driving.
Yeah. I also feel like Gordy Tate would be one that I wouldn't want to because he'd tell me stories about people that don't exist
about
yet.
his future daughter.
Oh my god, I would ride to the moon with Gordy Tate.
Yeah, I'm sure you would.
Actually,
I would drive to the moon with him and then kick him out, and hopefully he would suffocate.
Who would you want? I'm just making this up on the spot here. Who? Number 1 Magic player you want to ride to an event with? Let's say it's 5 hours away. You had to pick one Magic player.
John Douglas.
Okay, well.
Well, should I pick one that's more?
I would say someone
obscure?
more well known, but you can. You can pick John.
Finkel, probably. I would just do Finkel just on the. He's led a really interesting life. He was part of a blackjack team. He's been kicked out of casinos.
You can talk about your
I know I wouldn't want to
experiences together.
I can talk about how good or bad my OkCupid profile is.
You can compare profiles, compare messages.
Yeah, we could metagame OkCupid.
Did this line work for you? This line of play? No. All right, let's improve it.
I know that I wouldn't want to go with Chapin because I'd be paranoid we'd get pulled over on the way, and I'm sure that pullover would not take a short amount of time.
What makes you think he would pull over?
No, if we get pulled over by the police.
Didn't you already say we're not going to troll him on that?
Actually pull over?
I don't know. Good call. I would be the Cato
Straight to Mexico.
Anyway,
no, I have to pick somebody. I think I'd like to just dirtle with LSV back and forth. I think that would be fun.
Yeah, I think he's probably a pretty humorous guy of good spirits.
Yeah, and I haven't said anything bad about him on the podcast yet, so.
So he wouldn't be pissed off at you.
Right.
Now, my thing is, like, even if we talk bad about somebody on the podcast, I like most people, so.
No, you don't. I'm calling you out on that right now.
Who do I absolutely not like?
Bernie Wynn, Ricky Allaire.
No, I don't. Here's the thing.
I don't want to keep going.
I don't not like. All right, I don't like Ricky Allaire.
You don't like Bernie Wynn either.
No, it's not that I don't like Bernie Wynn. It's that I.
You said you don't like him.
All right. I mean, is not liking somebody like I would make active choices to not interact with him. Is that not like
you made an active choice to interact with him negatively last time we saw him? Am I correct in saying that?
But so did Mark Larson, who's his friend.
Yeah, well, he was trolling him in like a.
What about?
Haha, this is funny because, it's a different situation.
Hold on,
I'm saying.
Jake Schneiders.
God, I don't want to be in the same room as that man. Oh God! All right, you're right.
Min.
I respect Min as a judge. I don't like him as a human being. Like, I don't think he's an interesting.
Well, that's what we're talking about. We're not saying who do you want to be your judge for an event. We're saying
Jessica Help.
Jessica Help's fine.
Jamie Kellum.
She's young and misguided.
Jamie Kellum.
He's young and misguided.
Jamie Kellum.
In small doses, Jamie Kellum's fine.
Shut the fuck up. You're wrong.
It sounds like you don't like Jamie.
No, I'm fine with Jamie Kellum. I'm saying you have had an issue in the past. Am I correct?
I think we should get Jamie on here to talk it out with Taylor.
I think we should.
No, I don't think we should.
I think he just misunderstood.
No.
I think this is devolving quickly.
I agree,
I'm really
but
excited
I like
about next week's episode.
I want to tell a story real quick. It reminded me. If those of you who were watching any of Star City Games Indy last weekend, you noticed that a gentleman named Ricky Allaire top forward. I would like you to look at his picture, and then look up Jack Grannon, look up myself, and then imagine someone that looks like a small child, perhaps the age of 14 or so. We were just hanging out at the F&M before the F&M started, and a small young girl walks over to the four of us, looks directly at the small child, and goes, "Hey, are any of you guys still in high school?" To which I looked at Jack and said, "This guy is," and Jack gave me a high five, so I think we need to make it happen.
I did not give you a high five.
You definitely gave me the high five.
I gave you a little bit of that, whatever that is.
You gave me the okay sign?
I don't know. Just
like the diver's sign for
very nice. No, I wouldn't.
I want to dive. That would be fun.
No, I honestly thought she was Hunter's girlfriend when I saw her there, and then I realized she wasn't. I'm like, well, that's just weird.
And you're like, well, bonus, she's single.
We don't know that.
All right, are we done talking about people that half of our listening audience has no idea who they are?
Yeah.
Hold on. I bet a lot of our listening audience does, because a lot of them are local.
I know that there's.
But that's fine.
I know there's
Jack
a
Grannon, what was your
DC
topic?
that listen to us, and they have no idea who any of those people are.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to avoid it.
I'm sorry.
Well,
I liked it.
Other than I prodded you about it, but I was trying to
Exactly.
refute your point.
If you guys will just follow my lead, this podcast can be much better.
We could. All right. What do you want to say?
I was going to wrap it up. I was trying to get to the point where I was like, listen to next week's episode because it's going to be awesome.
Jack didn't even have a topic yet, though.
Because
Doesn't
Jack
matter.
sucks and he didn't come with a topic.
I did.
All right, what's your
and then
topic,
I came up with a topic on the spot, on the fly there. I thought it would tie in nicely.
Oh, who would you drive with?
Yeah, I thought that.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah,
okay, cool. Yeah, it was awesome.
I like it.
Whatever.
That was a good one.
No, you didn't like it. It's fine.
No, I did like it.
Let's wrap it up. It's nice.
No, it's when we started talking about people that show up at our F&M that have never done anything else, and I'm just like, what the fuck?
You had to go on this tangent like, well, I'm super accepting of everyone. I'm like, no, you're not.
I am accepting.
Okay,
the worst
this is how we prove this. You and I are going to walk around the PTQ the day after states. We're going to find people that we just think are the biggest donkeys, okay? And then we're going to make them go up and talk to Taylor and see how many Taylor is nice to before he finally blows up at us for being a dick about it.
I don't think you know this, but in my industry, that's what I do every day of the week.
Yeah, which means you don't want to do it during your free time. Like, I don't have to interact with people during my job, and I certainly don't want to have to do it afterwards.
It's a lucky thing that you don't have to interact with people during your job, because a company would not hire you to interact with people.
No, actually, I kind of wish I did. Like, it gets lonely, you know.
He gets sad.
I get sad. I
just
want
want
to talk.
someone to
I just
hold
want to
him.
talk to somebody there.
Good.
I have to listen to my own voice on my own podcast at work to have that
All right,
fabricated human
now that we
interaction.
know Jack's motivation for being on this podcast.
So he has something to do at work. Nothing wrong with that.
I listen to other podcasts at work, but there's not
What's your
enough
favorite podcast?
Probably this one.
That's not ours.
Why not?
That's not ours.
Okay,
Yeah, we're saying.
Oh,
that's
that
not
isn't ours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was probably Untapped because that was the first time I started listening to podcasts. Is when they started doing it. I'm like, oh, some of my friends are on here. I think I'll give it a go. And it was a good way to kill time at work. But since they stopped, I'd probably go with Crazy Talk.
What do you think the odds are we could get Frank Lepore on the show?
Not good.
If he's listened to us at all, chances are low.
All right, shout-outs.
I want to give some shout-outs to Mark Larson because he's been helping me to tune this nihilist for states, and I'm pretty sure he's going to do really well, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to get flooded out because I mulligan poorly. So I want to give props to him for top-8ing states.
Ahead of time?
Ahead of time, yeah. And hopefully I'll top 8 the PTQ the next day because that's kind of what I do. I go to formats that are limited I haven't played, open up a nuts sealed pool, and top 8/1 a PTQ.
Awesome.
Yeah. You want to go? Because I don't know. I'm ill-prepared per usual.
Standing shout-out to Mary Jacobson. I'm going to get on the Star City website and check how you did this weekend, Mary.
It's also going to get on your Facebook and check some other things out.
I've never been on
should we try and advertise this on Star City Games while they're doing coverage?
Oh, you mean like tweet
through the
chat? TN.
Yeah.
Will we upload this episode on the spot then, or what?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Do we want to upload it right away?
No,
I guess we
wait.
could. There's no reason not to. So is that your only shout-out?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's my only shout-out. And to our guests next week, Ruben Bressler and Matt Crane-Stewart. Really excited to go have you guys on the podcast.
I was going to do that.
All right, Jack, who are your shout-outs?
I guess I'll give my standing shout-out to Christian Valenti, who top-8'd yesterday.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So, good on you, mate.
He finals as well.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Cool.
He lost to
Primeval Titan.
Donkey Deck.
The deck's probably fine, actually.
I mean, it looks like a sweet deck, but...
Well, like, think about the Valakut deck. If you landed a Primeval Titan, like, you pretty much won. In this deck, isn't that, like, pretty true? Because you have to deal with the Primeval Titan and then this, like...
You also have to remember to attack with your poison guys.
Did this guy not do that?
Several times, but he still won, so I'm very proud of him.
Well, then the deck's probably solid, that's the point I'm making.
Yeah, any deck you can misplay and still win, that's my kind of deck.
Yeah.
I suck at this game.
This is how he won the finals. Turn 4th run, go. Attack. 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 Attack, attack.
Yeah, Thrones roll good in
5
this format.
times. Nice. He had no blockers for 5
I think
turns?
that there was a Titan or something at some point, but he was so far behind it didn't matter. So that's probably a little bit of an extrapolation or hyperbole or whatever you want to call it. But
exaggeration?
I don't know what any of those mean, so.
All right. Thanks for crossing the bridge, everyone. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Yep, see you later, boys.